guys, it's Laurie from the Summit Center. Sorry, it's a bit echoey. I'm in the blue room and frankly, without anybody else here, it's just kind of big and empty. So today I want to show you the kitchen center. It's big and there's a lot of stuff to do with it. So if you're a mom or a dad and you want to teach the kitchen center, I wouldn't start here. There's too many things. There's doors to open, there's buttons to push. If you've got one of the super fancy ones, it probably makes noise and lights up too. That's a whole heck of a lot of stuff that they would probably rather do than listen to us. So I recommend that when you start something like a kitchen center, you get rid of this thing just to start. So now that that's kind of out of the way, how would you start teaching kitchen center? We just start with showing them the pieces of the kitchen center and what they can do for it. Just turn you a little bit over. Actually, I'm going to move you a little closer to my table. Okay, there we go. So when I'm going to start teaching the kids how to work with the kitchen center, I don't start with that one. I just start with the stuff, like a cup, like a pot. And you can use even all your pots and pans and your cups from home, as long as they're not breakable. And I got spoons and a plate. And don't forget food, balanced broccoli and donuts. So when I first start teaching, and we at the Summit Center start teaching, you start with just the basics. Here's a cup. Hi, do this. Oh, so delicious. Reinforce. You want to just kind of show them what the pieces do without all the fun and bells and whistles. So with the pot, you could go, ooh, that's delicious. Or you could teach them to stir. Or you could teach them to spoon. Or if you're really excited and want to switch it makes a fantastic drum too. So you want to make sure that you introduce the pieces one at a time by themselves so they can know and you can reinforce what each of the pieces does before you actually add anything into this. So even for the food would go on the plate. You could use a spoon and eat it, or heck, if it's a donut, just live vicariously and just you want to make sure you reinforce for the food, especially during times of COVID, that doesn't actually go in your mouth or things are going to have to be sanitized. So we just teach the pretending of it all. So once they kind of all know the pieces all individually and they're pretty strong at it, that's when you can bring back the kitchen. Now, the problem is that they may be really good with all the stuff you taught. So you're like, all right, I feel really good about starting the kitchen. Then suddenly you bring the kitchen in and all of this gets forgotten because I just want to do this and open and shut the doors and push the buttons. So when you introduce this, you might have to go back to something simple. So take this one thing that they did really well with all the stuff that you taught. And let's just do that. Yeah? So say my kid did really well on the pot. Well, all I'm going to start with is like, do this. Very nice putting the pot in the stove. Here's your reinforcement. Now, I'm not going to add anything else if what I'm doing looks like this. Okay, put the pot on. You're going to want to block. Give them the pot and help them out. So you want to just stick with the one thing or else you're going to want to pull your hair out sometimes. Because they're going to try to do everything else because it's cool and not what you're looking for. So if you're stuck and they're really busy here, don't be afraid to go back with what you know and go back to the basics, reinforce that, and try that again maybe when they've had a nap. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to contact the Summit Center and have a nice day.